now God of War, Reinvented Kratos. This should be interesting.
Find your way home. You are free.
I really wanted to see another side of Kratos. Like from the beginning I said, look, I kind of think I have another Kratos story in me, another God of War. And I want to try to really take this in a different direction.
What is this?
It's the world serpent.
The only way we would ever stay in Greek mythology is if we did a true reboot and started over and retold the origin story, and I was like, not interested in that. I was like, I think what we did, we did. That is canon. That doesn't, I don't want to go change any of that stuff. Like, I never want to lean away from it in the sense that it doesn't exist, but I like the idea of figuring out, like, how can that be the chapter one? From that, then I started looking at all the mythologies, right? So there's the first base level of research, just looking at everything and finding out what's the inroad for us to say, how can we make this our own? That kind of naturally shifted over to, all right, I want to have our own way of looking at Norse myth, because in real Norse myth, Thor's not a hunky Australian, right? Like, there's nothing good about Thor. Thor's like the worst ever, like, human being.
Really?
Is a god, but like, he's just a terrible example of anybody. But as with...
Wow, I didn't know that.
We wanted to find the inroad that felt like Kratos naturally fits into this timeline. There's even references of a character in Norse myth meeting with Roman gods, so that there was some sort of even crossover of this, which that was where, to me, it felt cool to say, all right, well, I've always envisioned mythologies on the globe, kind of from the beginning of creation, all kind of growing out in separate places. I think it's very fascinating. I would hope people think that we've stayed very true. We sort of respect this culture that has created all of this tremendously.
Who you were before doesn't matter. This boy is not your past, he is your son. And he needs his father.
That was the interesting challenge, the writing challenge, to kind of make it feel real and right. There was a thing for me that I really wanted to explore, the idea of strength and vulnerability not being diametrically opposed concepts to exist in somebody, to have a hero that can both be emotionally available and vulnerable, but also be strong. Because I don't think those things cancel each other out. I don't think that you have to only be the one. I think there's an interesting human angle to the strength to say that they can actually be vulnerable, that they can show a side
It's
of
human traits, yeah.
I'll rip your
I realized they were killing a deer.
Consequences to killing a god.
Why? How do you know? How do you know?
That actually comes from a reverse experience. You know, we were out with my wife and son in a parking lot.
The kid,
and I
he was howling, reminded me of Naruto.
Papa,
How do you know?
No! And Mama! And he like ran over to her, and it was
That will be okay.
it wasn't the exact moment that manifested there, but the
He didn't sound like Naruto, but it reminded me of him.
And I think that moment for Kratos manifests in this idea that he doesn't know how to do it.
Now, you are ready.
I know how to do it.
Kratos basically has a situation of like, how do I be a father when I've never been fathered myself? He is in the situation where it's all uncharted territory. He could literally take on a creature the size of a mountain without batting an eye. But having a legitimate conversation, opening up to his son, actually giving him an attaboy, that is the thing that is really hard, so that when it happens, right, it hits you.
So I'm a man now.
So
Like
they
you?
made him vulnerable in this one.
We are not men. We
You're
are more
gods.
than that.
This is most certainly the most personal game that I've ever made. Something that is like totally laying bare everything, right? Like,
Cool.
no, we have left nothing on the field when we made this. This is the most true that I've ever been to the original vision, and I think I've had the best crew to work with on it. So I hope that others see that, but I personally think this is, to me, the best of the entire series. I believe it's I hope the new watermark, the high watermark.
Power in this weapon, any weapon, comes from here. Only when tempered by this, by discipline. The self-control of the one who wields it.
It'll be interesting to see him bonding with his child, because he's a cold-hearted son of a bitch in the God of War game. Well, at least I only play God of War 3. When they if they remaster 1 and 2, I'll play that. Okay? I played the third one remastered. I loved that game. Loved it. And if they remaster the other 2, I am going to play them. You know what I'm saying? So, you damn right. I can't wait to play this game. I'm serious. I cannot wait. Post comments down below. Let me know what you all think. If you enjoyed my reaction, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. But you gotta remember, if you did not, you gotta lick your lips. Like that. Pucker up. And kiss my black Kratos loving derriere. 10 million subscribers. Woo!